Okay, everyone, now I want to discuss something called actions versus activities in UVDA. This is an important concept to try to understand because once you get it, everything else will kind of fall into place, you know. You won't have to spin your wheels on each turn thinking really deeply about, gee, what am I doing? What's the best thing to do? If you keep this broad umbrella always in mind, that will help you crystallize what you're doing and clarify your thinking. So, what are actions again? Well, an action is a certain undertaking that always improves a grower's ability to earn hunger tokens. It's certain every time, and it will always have that positive effect. The activity, on the other hand, an activity is an uncertain undertaking that may or may not improve a grower's ability to earn hunger tokens. And so, you know, these things have an element of chance or luck involved. And so what are the activities? Well, there's a wide range of them. I'm not going to list them all, but one of them, of course, is gambling. You know, gambling's uncertain, that's pretty obvious. Drawing and playing adversity cards, you know. It's not certain whether or not these will help you directly earn hunger tokens, but it is something that makes the game easier for you since, you know, you can go on offense with these, right? And what are the actions again? Well, those should be pretty crystal clear from previous gameplay, earlier examples I've given, right? So, essential equipment category and anything in the resource shop. So let's just see some examples. You know, if I roll a 1, what is that? Well, it's a die roll outcome. But now, with keeping this broader notion of activities versus actions in mind, I've decided to go ahead and put that information on your explanatory card, right? So if you'll notice, you may not be able to see that, but the explanatory card has the information of whether or not the die roll itself is an activity or action. It has that designation in the parenthetical sentence following the actual rule, right? So now you know this is an activity, and then it tells you what can be done on that die roll. Well, in this case, the die roll 1 is an activity, and then it says no other activities allowed. So that really is sort of the lowest chance for you to do something in the game in order to earn the hunger tokens, right? But you can draw the research grant card, which allows you to just win 10 hunger tokens. It's really the only time in UVDA where you can win something instead of earning it, right? Anyway, that's die roll 1. Now we go back up to die roll 2. What does it say? Well, its designation is it's an activity, and then it says activities are allowed. So now the chances are a little bit better if you roll a 2. Again, because not only can you swap the crops to improve your odds, but now you can draw and play, don't forget you can play them on die roll 2, the adversity cards, alright? So now we go on to die roll number 3. Die roll number 3 says activity and actions and activities are allowed depending on the die roll. So what does that mean? Well, it just means whatever die roll that you land on last when you're gambling, it means that you can do either actions or activities depending on the die roll, right? You just follow the status that it has on the explanatory card of whatever die roll that you end up with. So, you know, if you end up with a 1, and let's say, you know, that's what you want. You wanted to roll a 1. I don't know why you'd want to. But then you just follow the designation on the card, and it says this is what you can do. It's an activity, no other activities allowed. So if I rolled a 1, I would just do what it says, draw the adversity card, and then I can't do anything else. So that's gambling. Now we get to the productive rolls, right? 4, 5, and 6. Productive farm rolls, that allows actions and activities. And each one of these, of course, is designated as an action. And it says so on the card, right? Now, what do I do on each turn? Is there a specific order in which I have to do things on my turn? That's kind of an important concept. Well, the answer is yes and no. If you're going to do the actual farming, you have to do everything in the essential equipment category in order. That always has to be done in that order. However, you don't on each turn have to begin doing that. If you want to, you can start out and take care of your activities first, okay? So, if you do have adversity cards with marker tokens on them, then you can go ahead and you can play them. You can see, survey the field, see if you want to go on the offense, lay siege, whatever you want to do. You go sabotage, right? So you can do that first if you want to. And by the way, just so you know, in case you run out of marker tokens with the 5 tokens, you can always just go back to the 1s and use something or any of the other denominations and just represent it that way. It's highly unlikely, but that's just something to keep in mind. That's an activity. Like I said, you can do a mix and match actions and activities on your turn depending on what the die roll designation allows on your explanatory card. Okay?